right. What's up, everybody? Time for Power Shift Your Week. Let me pin this. I'm going to make this one pin, right? There you go. All right. It is a nice day here in New York. I'm going to keep this one really short because I have the pleasure of taking my daughter out on a little bike ride while it's in the 70s in New York, because you know it's going to get really cold in a minute. What's up, Marco _ ALL3? Annie Chopra. I know it's been a while, right? Thank you, Mr. _ GHC. Yeah, no, it's been a while because I decided last week and, most of last week and this week not to come on and bother everybody, because I know everybody was uptight with the election, and now today we got a potential vaccine. So, I want everybody to kind of, take it easy. The week before that, I was in Portugal. I got the fortunate offer to go and speak in Portugal. Absolutely beautiful place. So let's say this vaccine works and it's deployed to enough people in a couple of months. Maybe you could go to Portugal. More importantly, I hope you have a job and you keep your job and you can feed your family, of course, right? So congratulations to all those whose representatives have been voted either back into office or overly taking a new office, both Republicans and Democrats. But more importantly, thank you to everybody for going out and voting in this great country of ours. Hopefully we will, you will get what you asked for, whether it's change or continuation of the policies that you like. More importantly, I hope everybody is safe. All right, so Power Shift Your Week. Let me get right into more what is in your best interest. It's whatever I look up that I can find. And check this out. According to a study conducted by Global Banking and Finance Review, 82% of investors believe that name recognition is important in guiding them in their investment decision. Now, we're talking about people who are deploying capital. We're not talking about people who are looking for a brand name because they want it on their shirt, because they, a brand name of a restaurant or some shoes or a car to drive. We're talking about they are just deploying capital. And why is that important? Because even when they are just deploying capital, whether it is to another financial institution or whether it is to a company that is it's about medicines or cruise lines or whatever the case is, they are looking at a name more, or not more, but just as much as they're looking at the numbers. Why is that important to you? Because people are looking at your name. I keep telling you, the brand starts with you. You are the brand. Can you put yourself in 2 to 5 words? Because when you walk in a room, you don't want people to have to interpret who you are. And how can you get your name out there? Well, I'll get into that in a little bit. But more importantly, is your name consistent with your actions? And that's important, because if you're in the room and I know your name and you're competing against somebody else that I haven't heard their name, well, I'm more than likely to give you more attention. And if you have more attention coming from me, then you have more time to persuade me why I need to buy your product, invest in you, hire you, go off your recommendations, use your services, or use your friends and allies services or circle services. So this is extremely important. How do you get your name out there? Well, of course, you get it out there on social media. Are you aware of what people are looking at you and what are they saying when they're seeing your social media? That's the easiest and cheapest way. But you can also opt in to issue stories out to local newspapers or content blogs, because people always want content. And what's in their best interest? Well, if you have a certain point of view or stats or data that you could share with somebody, you just gave somebody, more equipment to share with their people, and they don't have to pay another contributor and or writer. Now, all of a sudden, I Google your name and your name is associated with a publication or another well-known blog or something of that nature. And I start to say, wow, this person has validity. Maybe I should check further into this person. Or, when I'm interviewing you or talking about you or whatever the case is, and you say, oh, by the way, a couple of papers have picked me up, or a couple of well-known blogs have picked me up, I start to say, well, why? I mean, this is their credibility, the paper or the blog or whoever the case is. Why would they do that? I guess maybe you are extremely credible because they don't want to risk their credibility. So think about those type of things as you go out there in the world and you start to try to brand yourself, because right now we all know people are picking up the phone and looking for you before they look for you anyplace else. It's not like back in the days when we can call people's references and things of that nature. I mean, I started off selling a couple of hats on a corner. Did I think I would ever be on a nationally recognized show on ABC for 12 years and being known globally because I was selling a couple of hats? Absolutely not. And even for the first half of my professional career in that nature, nobody really knew who I was. I was kind of like the FUBU guy. I was one of my four partners, and how did I then all of a sudden start to write books and start to get out there publicly? So it's not that it's going to happen right away, but you do need to think about, you don't know what's going to happen in 10, 20, 30 years. So start creating that brand right now, online or in any other way. All right, so if anybody has some really good questions for me, I'm going to bring you on right now, so start punching in your requests. I got to take my daughter out, so I'm going to try to do 2 quick interviews. And somebody said, making it look cool, published in Voyage magazine. All right, styled _for _confidence. Better check that out. All right. What's your opinion on Fad Products? I'm not sure what Fad Products means. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's the new shit. Get an earring like Aaron Neville. Yeah, you know what? Come to think of it, Aaron Neville does brand himself with that earring. I'll tell you something else. Somebody just brought that up. I wear these earrings, right? And I don't know if you ever heard the story. At 51 or 52 years old, you may be saying, well, what the hell are you wearing earrings for? But when Shark Tank was first filmed, actually 13 years ago, I never thought Shark Tank would work, and I was gonna head out to the club that night, and I was what, 30, whatever, you do the numbers, right, 38 or something like that. I still maybe shouldn't have been wearing earrings, but the 13 years ago, the lavish phase was kind of just going out, and I wore the earrings, and Shark Tank, the pilot actually got picked up, and I remember the producer saying, well, you got to wear the earrings from now on because we need the continuity. And I never thought the show would get picked up. And then all of a sudden, I was wearing the earrings from that point on. And then when I would see people that do speaking engagements and various other things, they'd be like, yo, where are the earrings at? And a lot of times when I'm out in the streets and people, if I take the earrings off and I got a hoodie on or something else like that, people don't know who I am. So anyway, think about that. Somebody just wrote, can I recommend any books? I'm a one-trick pony. I can recommend books. The books I love are Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Who Moved My Cheese, 1 Minute Manager, any book you can find on Genghis Khan or Muhammad Ali, Tim Ferriss's Tribe of Mentors, any of Gary Vee's books, any of Tony Robbins' books, Jay Abraham's books, Brian Tracy's books. You kind of get where I'm going with this, right? Blue Ocean Strategy is really great too. Somebody just asked me, do I recommend any stocks? I am into stocks, but I let my financial advisors recommend stocks to me. But the stocks that I do, the best way I could put it about stock, my buddy Ray told me one day was he likes to invest in stocks that he feels if they go away, they would disrupt people's lives. Like Instagram, if it went away, think about where all your pictures and all your data would go. It would disrupt your life. Uber, it would disrupt your life. Amazon would disrupt your life. So those are a couple of things. There you go. Somebody said Muhammad Ali float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You ever heard Ali's joke when he goes, I'm faster than I forget it. You know what? I forgot the joke. Let me bring somebody else on right now. All right. Let's see who I can bring on right now. Have some good questions for me. I like this. See this? Look, this is branding right here. I'm going to bring on somebody called Hype of Texas. If I can, I don't know why it's not responding. Am I getting poor Wi-Fi here? Man, there you go. Hype of Texas. Hype of Texas. Let's see it. Waiting for Hype of Texas. Waiting for Hype of Texas. Come on, Hype of Texas. It's Fatima's World. How you doing, Fatima? How you doing? All right. Well, maybe it is my Wi-Fi, or maybe it is Hype of Texas's Wi-Fi.
Hello? What's up? Yo.
What's up,
Daymond.
man? How you doing?
What up? What up, brother?
What is going on?
Shit. Oh, dude,
Just hanging, man.
Oh, I
Are you
am.
in the
I am.
car?
Well,
Are you
yeah,
driving?
you know what I'm saying. But I mean, I'm coming. I'm coming
You
to the
can't do
stop
that,
right
man.
now. I'm coming to the stop.
You,
Yeah, I'll let you. There you go. There you go. What up,
yeah,
bro?
yeah,
I'm stop.
yeah.
I'm
You
stop.
better
I'm
you
stop.
better stop because I don't want
I'm
you to be
stop,
hooked
bro.
on
I'm stop.
painkillers
I'm
after this
straight. I was
conversation.
actually. I was watching you live on my. I'm here driving. And I was watching you live as I'm driving. I'm working right now, and.
All right, so talk to me, man.
So
What you
I
so you
actually,
got any
so
questions?
we're in
What
a
are you doing?
business. Hype Texas. We buy and sell shoes, streetwear, clothing, Funkos. We do reselling here in San Antonio. Pretty good. Pokemon. Yes, sir.
Is
Yes, sir.
business
It's
going
been a
well?
blessing. With I say all the COVID right now, it's tough. With shows, we were doing shows shoot every 2 3 weeks. But with everything shut down right now, it's just going more to like online sales and a lot of social media sales. It's been definitely a blessing for us. But
Did you know about online sales, and so were you good at online sales and social media sales
So
prior
I
to
mean, we
COVID,
had
or
we
did
had a
you have to
couple
learn?
websites. We got blessed. One of my buddies actually help us set up a website, and so I learned how to actually set up a website. That's what's even more sweet. About a year ago. But it wasn't good enough. I feel like for us, only because we weren't able to drive people to the site. Like, I feel like that was the hardest thing to it. So I mean, it was easy for us to do like the social media because of like the people already there, but like driving the people from social media to our website was tough.
So let me explain something. Right now, I'm in the middle of taking a course. It's a 28-hour course, and I've taken only 3 hours of it, but I
Yeah,
keep
yes, sir.
bragging like I've taken 25 hours of it. But it's called Digital Marketer. It's by a guy named Ryan Dice, and I'm gonna tell you something. With the 3 hours that I've watched, it is one of the most brilliant courses that I have ever seen about
Okay.
driving traffic and how to market digitally. I would highly suggest you or anybody that is watching right now to make sure you take that course. It is
Yeah,
it is
yes, sir.
absolutely phenomenal, and because I could think in your time and age right and date right now, I could think there's a lot of people going through challenges who will like either I don't need all these clothes or I don't need this and that, and
Yes,
it
sir.
could be a lot of really cool stuff that people are looking for, and there's a lot of people online going,
Yeah.
man, I want to get some cool stuff. So man, you should really. Somebody asked me, it's not Ryan Dice, Dice. Excuse me, I think it's Diese. Ryan Dice, digital marketer. But sorry, ask me something else while I look up Ryan's
Yeah.
name. He's a well-known public speaker as well. But ask me
Yeah.
something
Yes,
else
sir.
so I
Yes,
can look
sir.
up his name while
So
we're talking.
as far as I guess for us, we're definitely trying to get more out there. Um, I feel like investing right now is definitely what we're trying to get into because we want to go. I feel like to the next level of a storefront. So how do you feel of a storefront right now
Uh
during
huh.
all this? Like, is that a good move, or is that something maybe to wait on?
I wouldn't be quick to jump on a storefront. I would be quick to jump on understanding digital marketing first and getting it out there because see, a storefront means you're stuck in one area. Now, okay, if it's a really cheap area where you can afford the storefront because it's just a little bit more than having a warehouse and you need a place anyway to
Yes, sir.
pump out the goods, then no problem. But if you're looking at a heavy trafficked area, well, if you can't grab people around the world to your site, then how are you going to grab people in that
Damn, bro,
area? The
that's a good
storefront
one.
doesn't sell
Thank you.
itself. Now, right, but what else I would do if I did have a storefront, a store at this moment, I would have all the cool kids, with the Instagrams and all that kind of stuff, and I would do some kind of contest like, listen, you come in, and if we got a runway in there, or you could style your own things in there, and we can film it and push it out, or if you push it out to people and you hit over 10,000 people or 20,000, whatever the case, we'll give you 20 or 30 or 40% off the stuff to get them to go out there and push it out. And now you're giving them something that they couldn't have at home. They couldn't
Yeah,
have a runway at home with some great lights, and that's really cheap, right? Put up a couple of halo lights,
you blew,
put
blew
the
my
runway
mind.
up,
Yeah.
And already with COVID, it's COVID. It's tough to get a lot of
Yeah.
people in the store anyway. So
Yeah,
fuck it,
that's
just use
good.
it
No,
for
that's
that
way too
purpose.
sweet. That's way too
So
sweet. I actually do have one question for you. Because I mean, I follow you. I'm a huge. I gotta say, like, I'm a huge fan.
yeah,
I know it sounds crazy. So I mean, I love this. I love the
no, I
show. You know what I'm
appreciate it.
saying? I love you as a person. You're super humble, dude. I'm actually done quite a bit of research, on your history. Just because I admire. Yeah, I definitely admire like the
Oh,
path
thank
that
you,
you've
man.
taken for like clothing, starting like your own brand, and that's actually something that we're looking on doing as well. So question, at the ambassador program, we're looking on maybe becoming ambassadors of maybe different brands. How do you feel about going that route?
Yeah.
Like being like a part of that, like the ambassador programs. Like, how do you feel?
You want to be an
So
ambassador, or you want people to be
I
an
would love
ambassador
to
of you?
start an ambassador for maybe other brands, and then get to the point to where I feel like maybe like we have enough people like watching, or like, you know what I'm saying, like being involved in, what we're doing, and then go into converting to our own actual. This is a clothing brand right here. So yeah, this is
I
so
think
crazy.
I
This is
think
so
that
crazy. This is actually our merch right here, brother.
yeah.
If you send me a DM, shoot, I'll send you a shirt for free. So I would love to do that. Yeah, I would love to do that.
All right. Well, thank you. So I think that's brilliant, and I think that just brought up something that a lot of people should do. If you're an ambassador of a bunch of brands and you can over provide for them and go out there and speak, about them and do really well, then you kind of are collaborating with them. And people at some point or another will not understand if you are either been picked by the brand or the brand picked you. But either way, it's good, right? You hold a very specific positioning on that brand, who you are, and you're backing it. I mean, end of the day, Fubu was only Fubu because we had a million ambassadors, whether we knew they were ambassadors or not. When we sold it really well in Queens and in Manhattan, but then people would come from, Texas or wherever and say, yo, I'm the Fubu dude
Yeah.
or I'm the Fubu girl in Texas, right? And they were able to stick their stake in the ground and say who they were. And thank God we were
Amen.
able to make them proud, and provide and blow up.
Yeah.
And then they turned around and was like, I told
Yeah.
you, you see?
Blessings.
And I helped them blow up. And you want
Yes.
people right now, whoever's watching, just like you want somebody to be your ambassador to go out, and when you blow up, you want them to say,
Yeah.
I
That's
told
sweet.
you.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna I'm
God
gonna I'm
bless
gonna
you.
I'm gonna leave you
Yes,
right
sir.
now, brother. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much. But let me tell you, hold on one second. The dude's name is you go to
Yes, sir.
digitalmarketer.com, right? And you could just find the course there. I don't need to tell you his name, but you should follow him anyway. I mean, the way you spell his name is Ryan Dice, Deiss. And he is absolutely amazing. But the marketing, digitalmarketer.com, go there, man. It'll help you a
Yes, sir.
lot. Thank you, man, for the support. When you were telling me that you respect and value me, I was looking this up. I did not. I was not ignoring you.
Yes,
I
sir.
really, really, truly appreciate you, man. And go back to work and
I'm
stop
sorry.
driving and
I
looking
saw your live
at
video,
your
and
phone. All
I
right.
had to join. I pulled over as fast as I could. You know what I'm saying? Once you gave me the opportunity to be on here, so I'm blessed, and thank you so much for the great words. We're definitely gonna take some steps to the next level. So God bless you, bro. I'm sure. Thank you. Yes, sir. Hey, be safe, bro. I let
All right. Thank you. You too. Thank you. All right. So there you have it. I think that he came up with some brilliant ideas, right? How he's pivoting and going on and working digitally. And I'm going to bring on one more person. I got like 5 more minutes. And Fashion Galleria. Let's see.
Hi, thank you so much for
Hi.
accepting this. So basically, I have a consulting business. I lived in China for 5 years and I kind of got a handle on wholesaling and helping other companies source from there, matchmaking them with manufacturers. And then the last step was going to be actually hosting tours with companies there, bringing people, but then Corona happened. So I'm here in the States. And my pivot as of now, I still make lots of YouTube videos teaching the same information. And I eventually want to monetize with, what do you call it? Webinars. But I do have my own hair and hair care line. And so I wanted to know what would be the best way to product launch. I don't have a store, everything's online. What advice would you have for that?
Well, there were two different things that you said. You said you used to give tours of China and manufacturing and sourcing, correct? And I think your video is frozen at the moment. There you go. Did I get you back?
Sorry.
All right. So you were talking about at first you
Yeah.
used to show people tours on manufacturing and distribution out of China, right?
Yes.
All right. So that's your core business at first. So the first thing you should be doing right now is telling us how to find you, because you already have a site where a lot of people here need to understand how to manufacture and source over there. So how can people get a hold of you right now?
www.hbasiaconsulting.com.
www.hbasiaconsulting.com.
Yes.
All right. So what do you do there exactly? And so somebody right now who's looking to either get some samples made or get a mold made or find a manufacturer, just walk us through what you do, 'cause I think that's valuable information.
So basically, one, we have a free consultation. I know more about your business and what you need in terms of if you're trying to source a product, which I do, or if you need to find manufacturers, maybe you want to do it yourself, or three, if you need someone who's an agent on the grounds there to make sure that whatever you tell us to do, source your product, whether it be original design, it gets done. We help you with all your sampling. We help you all the way to logistics, even branding and packaging. And so another part of that, some clients would like to visit, or they say, hey, Stephanie, I'm here in Guangzhou. Can we meet? Can we visit together? And that's also available as well.
Okay, so this is extremely important to people. Do you also talk to them about financing, whether they need LCs, letters of credits, or the terms on how things are done? Because and do you clear customs as well? Do you help them clear all the way through, landed duty paid, or is just FOB first on the boat? Which way do you how far do you take it all the way through?
It's mostly FOB. Usually it's cleared because I usually go with big shippers through my private Chinese shippers. They usually go with the big names, FedEx, UPS, DHL. So there's usually no problem with that. But then on the legal side, I I don't have a huge team right now, so I don't really spend so much time in terms of how to set up the business. But I do have a legal blog dedicated to that if they want it. And since usually I'm mostly in China, I do have colleagues that I can refer them to depending on their state, whether they need to register in a certain state and get different types of licensing of that nature.
And do you help them secure a quota for, for the amount, the different categories that they may be buying in, quota
With
out of China?
the quota.
Meaning, if they're allowed a certain amount of quota out of China, whether it's denim, whether it's hair, whether it's,
Oh,
low, whatever the case is.
yes, absolutely. I haven't run into that issue, but if I can't do it, then I work with a team of Chinese people, and a lot of things are relationship based over there.
Yeah.
So I haven't run into it yet, but I'm sure that's a challenge that can be overcome.
All right, so this is extremely important, so if you have the ability to be an agent on the ground over there and people don't necessarily have to travel over there, and you can, WhatsApp them or, FaceTime them and show them their products, and they can save, a week of traveling and $10,000, then that's great. A lot of people really need to know that when you work out of China, it is best to have an agent to make sure the goods aren't molded or the right colors come in, or they're polybagged the right way and things of that nature. So what is your question? And then I want to make sure that you put your site in underneath your name so that everybody follows you. So now, what is the site about your hair products again?
The hair products are www.hairbyconnie.com, but you can find that underneath my consulting under shop. the consulting
Hold
website.
on one second. I think I can pin your comment right here. Somebody
Okay.
just put your name in, and I'm gonna
All
see if I
right.
can pin it.
Okay, so I should write it down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but somebody underscore FRSH just boom. Let me see. Did I pin it? I think I pinned it. Yep, I pinned it right
Okay,
there.
great. Yes,
Okay,
that's
there you
it.
go. All right. So
Thank you.
now I made it all about my people and what they need to hear, and I didn't answer any of your questions. All right. So go ahead. What is your question?
So now I have a natural hair care line that's unisex that I plan on launching in about 2 weeks. So all of the products are coming in, and I just want to know what would be the best way to market right now because I don't have a storefront. And then also, it's, I'm doing consulting and I'm helping all of these other businesses. So how to kind of, let people know, not be confused. And at the same time, I don't want to lose the people who do know me in a consulting aspect.
Yeah, so first of all, I mean, the easiest way to do is build a community, and it takes a while. And I would say, first of all, get a storefront, get a Shopify account.
Okay.
And I don't want to be a broken record, but as I just shared with you, go and check out a digital marketing account, or it could be an Amazon course, excuse me, digital marketing course, or an Amazon course, or a Facebook course, and start going out there and putting the products out there. Now, in regards to your consulting services, if you feel that you add that much value and test and to people that need you, then you can always say, hey, if I do a good job, can you also recommend my brand if you believe in it, to other people? Because if you help me do a lot, I would, if it was in the early FUBU days, I'd be like, I got no problem. Let me give it to some people I know that would use the product, see if it works. If they work, then I would definitely tell more people about it because you helped me. You know what I mean?
Got,
So always go to your core group of people, whether it's the people online that know you or whether it's your clients.
got
And
it.
yes, they should be separate. You don't want me to go into your HB Asia consulting thing and see that, I'm being confused by the pack, by what you have. Because first of
Right.
all, maybe I have a natural clothing, a natural hair brand, and I want that purchase, but I see that you own that brand and you're pushing just as much. I'd be like, well, I don't want you to knock my stuff off. Right?
Got
So you want them to be two totally separate things.
it. Okay. Thank you
All
so
right. Well,
much.
thank you. I hope that everybody is going to follow your
Yes.
stuff and
I
pass it on, and then vet you and see if you really deliver, and if you really deliver. Tell people to shout it out, and I'll have my people check into you as well.
thank you so much. Thank you. God
All
bless.
right. All right. God bless you as well. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Somebody said, do you speak Chinese?
uh, Tingle Dong, Indian. I speak a little bit.
All right.
Bye
All right. Bye.
bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you go. You're going to meet interesting people. You're going to meet a young man who is driving and he has a startup, and a young woman who is helping people with manufacturing. People like that are extremely important. I would suggest that you check her out, and I'm actually going to have one of my team members check her out as well. You never know. Maybe she can help with some of my Shark Tank products. Sourcing is always going to be very, very hard in a business. Sourcing capital, sourcing people, and sourcing manufacturing. And when it comes to manufacturing, you cannot have enough options of manufacturers because somebody will screw you, or sometimes you will outgrow them. Sometimes they'll go out of business. Sometimes their factory will be too busy with a big order. Sometimes government rules and regulations change, and you got to move from Asia to America, or America to India. So extremely, extremely important. I hope that you go and check her out. You're seeing people tag her name in there, hbasiaconsulting.com. And, I'm going to leave you with one dad joke. I couldn't help it. So I was wondering why my Frisbee was getting bigger and bigger. And then it hit me. What do you think about that one? No? The first time I heard it, I really liked it. You're going to be using that on your kids. You're going to be using that around the house. You're going to be using that on your husband or on your wife, and making sure they roll their eyes. Oh, by the way, I hope that everybody who's been watching Shark Tank, I know it came on Friday night, and right around, and they moved Shark Tank back 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock just for Friday night because they knew that Biden was scheduled to make a speech and they didn't want it preempted. And then all of a sudden, what happened? they move it to 10, and then he starts to make a speech right about 45 minutes into Shark Tank. So if you didn't see it, go back to your DVRs and go check it out. And really, really great companies. And congratulations on everybody, especially the company that I invested in. So the Mighty Carver. Get it now for Thanksgiving, so you can be that person at the table carving. And That's it. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Have a great week. I think I'm on tomorrow as well. I'm going to try to get on here tomorrow around 12 o'clock, and I'm going to interview some interesting and fascinating people. And listen, we got a vaccine potentially. So maybe in 3 or 4 months, I'll be able to hug and kiss people again, or at least be able to eat outside around people. I know a lot of you will not take the vaccine for various concerns, and you may be right. I'm not sure. Maybe I will take the vaccine, and I'll have 19 fingers in another 5 years or so. But you never know. And again, congratulations to all those who their representative, whether in Congress or Senate or the president, has been either reelected or has taken over the seat. And I wish you all well, and thank all of my great fellow Americans for going out and voting. And may God bless this amazing country of ours. Later.